Man, the ranch has had this old truck forever, and this straight six is a turd. I'm over it. You want to put a V8 in it?
All right.
Game changer, dude.
Funny what a couple cylinders will do.
It is a beautiful Saturday morning, and today we're working on my brand new 74 Chevy C10 Step Side. It's got some muscle in the back. I've wanted this very truck forever, and I finally got my hands on it. It's got a 250 straight six. It used to have a 3 on the tree, and it's just perfect the way it is, except
it's missing a couple of cylinders, but we're here to change that. Not only is this a first for the channel, but it's a first for us. We are V8 swapping a straight six car. In a world full of LS swaps, we like to keep it a little bit old school around here, mainly because of the price.
We're going with the tried and true small block Chevy in this thing. And like I said, it is the absolute easiest one ever because these trucks came with small block Chevys.
It's really not that hard. As of right now, it's Saturday morning, and we have a hankering for biscuits and gravy. Tomorrow night. We don't talk at the same time, right? The goal right now is to get the straight six out, V8 in. That way it's able to take us down and get some late night biscuits and gravy.
Last time driving as a 6-cylinder. Hopefully not the last time it ever drives.
Truck's on the lift now. We only get the lift for like 3 things. The rest of everything's gonna be done outside. So we're gonna pull driveline, exhaust, and then whatever might be hard with the transmission, and then it's going outside to yank that straight six. It's interesting having a square body and also having a Cadillac converter. It's interesting, but it's gonna be a fun thing to throw in the trash.
The driveline's coming out?
It doesn't have to. Driveline doesn't have to come out.
No.
Because we're just pulling
Oh, I guess we're not pulling the trans. Yeah. That's my bad.
Well, all your bolts are loose now, so good luck. I'm just kidding, they're not.
Okay, I'm a moron. Will just reminded me we're leaving. I thought we were taking the trans out for a second. We're leaving the trans so the driveline can stay because I'm an idiot.
That's what happens when mom and dad don't communicate.
I clicked. Oh no, I didn't click the button. Cool, we got it. Nice. Ooh. Nice.
We should fire it up.
No.
Why not?
It's right here.
I know. It's not like a tractor, bro. It'd be sick. I'm telling you, we should do it. Here we go. Oh, dude. We don't even have the V8 swap, but I'm happy with this. Yeah. Smell the horsepower. All right, I'm over it. I just went shopping for some motor mounts. Look what I found instead. I did find motor mounts. Look at that. Well, most of our exhaust right there. Dual flow masters. It's happening. I don't know where these came from, but it looks like we welded them when we were just out of high school.
That's actually a good score.
I didn't know I had them. Yeah. Cool. All right, so this thing's gonna be quiet then, I guess. This'll work. I'm totally stealing it off. You got it.
What?
It just might.
What are you talking about? That's our wheel.
Very slight exhaust update. William went to my Nova and stole my H-pipe that was for it, so it looks like we have a full exhaust for that. It's gonna be way nicer than we thought it's gonna be.
The shopping trip was successful.
I just missed it, but there was a rat nest on top of that, and it just covered him.
Oh, God. I can't breathe. No, I'm good.
You want me to hold that while you get the wire? That's fine. But you can see some of the bird nest.
Literally just started raining.
Oh, I caught that though. Off the lift, this is where this truck is gonna get a V8. A couple of things left, but it's all straightforward. No point to say specifics. We'll start saying specifics when we're talking about what has to be changed to make this be able to receive the V8.
So having friends is pretty cool because while you're sitting in the barn assembling a nice, clean, new engine, your friends are pulling your old, crusty, nasty engine out of your truck. It's like when you're at a restaurant and you go to the restroom and come back and the food's at the table. This engine is ready to pull, so we're about to yank the straight six out. And two things that we're doing as well is we're gonna add power steering to the thing and power brakes as well. Flies. Because we need to tow stuff with this thing, and I don't want to have manual brakes, and this has really wide tires in the front. I want to leave that. It's really hard to turn with the manual steering, and this is going to be a brand new truck.
I'm not sure if we clearly picked that up in the video, but James forgot. I forgot the little dust shield cover plate on the flywheel, so that was hanging us up pretty good, so it should come relatively easy now.
Pop right off. Oh, there goes the spring. Gotta learn how to get that back in now. Don't hit my grill. Oh yeah, it's very heat checked.
Somebody riding that question.
It'll be fine. Not overly concerned. So I bought 2 clutches from the parts store because I wasn't sure which one we were dealing with. This looks to me like an 11-inch, so yeah, definitely ain't the 10. There's the 10. Nope. Bingo. 11-inch clutch. That'll work.
As I'm sure you guys have probably noticed, some of these body panels didn't come with this truck. Ooh, crazy. And this whole unit right here came from, obviously, a car that had smog. Truck was gonna correct me on that. But this stuff, whatever this isn't needed. This was something else. That's for a smarter person than me. But we gotta get rid of this, so let's get rid of it. Isn't that just so much better? All this room to breathe now and stuff. I'm tired, actually. One of the reasons that this is such an easy swap is most of these trucks came with V8s. It's really simple from the factory. All you do is take these bolts and this and go boop into those and then call it a day. So I'm gonna move these up, do the same thing on the other side. The other motor mount that you can't see, it's under my butt, is actually pretty wrecked. So we're gonna change that one out. We got one sitting in a motor that's sitting in the field. I think it's gonna work better. As per usual, I'm a moron, and it, oh my God, am I that dirty? Is my face dirty?
No, it's not too bad. Probably just the shadows.
Okay.
Ray just got really tan today.
I guess so. I've worked on cars, and then Marissa's like, "You're so tan."
Yeah.
And I was like, "Just wait till I take a shower." Yeah. I'm not that
you
tan.
Come out and
I'm just all dirt. Anyways, I'm an idiot. It was not that simple. I mean, it still is that simple, but you can't get a wrench unless you finagle it for way too long under the under this guy. So what we had to do is we had to take the 4 bolts out, which I'm leaving this one in because it was kind of annoying and I'm getting scared I'm gonna lose the bolt in here, or the nut in there, sorry. So I'm just gonna move it to the side, and then you can see all 3 bolts just go up 1, and then that's it.
I did stuff.
You keep telling yourself that.
Look at all that mud coming off of there. Sticker looks better. So this is the engine we're going with. This is a run-of-the-mill 90s Chevy truck 350. Came out of something like an OBS in like 94, 95, something like that. It's bone stock, bottom end's bone stock. It still has swirl port heads on it that are absolute garbage. The only things we've done to it is it's got an air gap intake. We're probably running this Holley vacuum secondary carb. And we did put a cam in it. The cam, it's a Summit Racing cam. It's super cheap. It should be just perfect for what we're trying to do with this thing, which is pull a little bit of weight. It has a duration of 238 and 248 at 50 thousandths tappet lift. And it has a lift of 444 and 466. And it has 112-degree lobe separation. So it should be the perfect combination for what we're trying to do with this thing, which is pull a little bit of weight. Now this engine's really special to us. This engine actually went into my 69 Chevelle in the very first episode of Rod Knock Ranch, where we pulled my Chevelle out of the woods from a 25-year slumber, dropped this thing in, bone stock, everything, made it run, and drove it 800 miles to Oregon and back with almost no problem. It ran great on that whole trip, and I drove it around for quite some time after that. It was pulled out of the car because the oil pump went out. I shut the thing down immediately, yanked it, and then obviously we went with more horsepower. So this thing's just been sitting on the shelf for a while, and it's time for it to come back around. And I can't think of a better option than this truck right here, because we don't really need a whole lot of power, but we need more power than that little straight six is gonna offer us. So as you can see, we still have some assembly to do, so let's get after it. Well, this is a truck I built a long time ago. The transmission went out, and then due to neglect and no hood, the motor got filled up with water, so it's now junk too. We're gonna steal a bunch of parts off of this.
We're not taking anything too big. We're taking radiator, headers, power steering pump, and bracketry, and spark plug wires. Now, technically, we'll give this truck to our 3-year-old nephew, but he's not gonna be driving anytime soon, so we don't have to worry about him needing these parts just yet.
So Johnny just had a good idea, and that's to crawl underneath this truck and measure the headers widthwise across to see if that H-pipe that we found is gonna work for us just by happenstance. I kinda doubt it, but we're gonna go find out right now. So we're looking for 21 3/4 from center to center of these pipes here. Son of a gun. That might just do it. All right.
That's kind of wild.
Sick.
We're close enough that hammers can make it work.
Yeah, we can loosen up the headers and then tighten them onto the heads.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that would work. Sick. It's awesome. That's like best news of the day, I hope. Well, I got the passenger collector off and found a little home inside the header. Ah! Anyone home?
We don't like when people refer to our little lot of cars as a junkyard, but we sure treat it like a junkyard. It's our very own pick and pull out here.
It's great. It's like the best thing to have ever, pretty much.
Not when we want to come back to these projects though, then we're like, God.
Why did we do that? Oh yeah, because we were broke or lazy, or both. Broke and lazy.
Yep.
Ah.
It's a bloodbath. Oh. That cap was.
Don't grab it from the cap, Will.
Can you see my sweat? Straight glistening like the rock over here. I need to shave my head so I look all slick. I was just telling Will, I don't know what it is about this thermostat housing, but I love it. It looks so cool, and it's got this really cool radiator hose.
This hose works great on
And we're taking this radiator anyway, so, you know.
what's one more thing? I love that I put this truck together and I didn't tighten anything. It's really making it easy.
Yay, yeah.
So fun little story about this truck. Right when I first got this done, it was like beginning of COVID times. And Johnny and I went to go do one of those drive-through COVID tests right at the beginning of the whole thing. And the truck wouldn't fit under the tent that they were in. So we pulled up on the side of the tent and this little lady walked up and she's like, I have to do it for you, but you can't get out of the truck. And I'm like, well, you can't reach us. So she ended up handing us the swabs and we learned how to do a COVID test ourselves for the first time.
It was awful, bro. I was almost hitting the freaking dashboard with my head, sneezing so hard.
Yeah, that was back when they thought you had to tickle your brain with the thing.
That is the most professional.
Oh, this has self-tappers in it.
Failure, bro.
Failure?
Yeah, sorry.
Dude.
It's a little bit better than that, but
Dude.
I just need the rouge I had isn't tight enough.
Bro.
I mean, I don't have, if I had a Grandma or something, it's barely, it's just like clean.
That's exactly.
It's almost too clean. It's almost too chrome now.
And I gotta do the other one.
Yeah,
Or does it matter?
Huh?
It doesn't matter.
What?
but it's
Want me to do
better.
the other one, or-
If you want to.
I mean, if you think it's better.
It's definitely.
It's definitely better.
They have to match now,
Yeah.
unfortunately.
Yeah.
Honestly, we don't expect much from these, and we did the halfest of all half butt jobs on it. It doesn't look that bad. I mean, I don't know if the camera's picking up. There's a bunch of random stuff. I don't know what that is. Dude, this is good enough for me. You can't see it from my house, honestly.
Yeah.
Ah!
Our bolt fell out of the cherry picker. Boom. It ain't good.
We need to put a nut on the other side of that.
The cherry picker and engine stand combo is the way to go. Coming at you live from cherry picker view. Let's pull the stand off for the last time. Probably should not have said that just now, but whatever, I did it. This thing hasn't been off the stand in years. Curious. Very curious. Come on, break loose. So my plan originally, what I hoped I was going to be able to do is just pull the flywheel off of the straight six that came out of this and throw it on the 350. But the bore in the flywheel to go around the rear register on the crank was too small. So I ended up buying a flywheel for like this engine out of like a 94, 95 Chevy truck. So I lucked out, and the late model flywheel had the same bolt holes, and they lined right up with the older style 10 spline clutch for this old 3-speed. So should work out. I'm not 1,000% certain yet, but I'll call myself 999%. If I can get this bolt out, I don't know. It's already been rounded off a little bit, and I can't quite get it to pop yet. We'll find out. Yeah, this could be a problem. Come on. Oh.
No.
It didn't break, but
I'm getting off it. You got heat?
yeah. Try the impact approach here. This is worst case scenario. We will try anything once. Try anything twice, actually. Let's see. Look at the back of the crank being there. It might not be so keen on doing this. This is worst case scenario. No. The next attempt is brought to you by Lincoln Electric. What I'm after when doing something like this is to find pretty much the oldest nut that I can find. This thing's heavy duty. It's made with good material from back in the day. Everything from back in the day is just better. So I'm gonna try to set that thing over that bolt and just plug weld the absolute crap out of it, so I can potentially get a wrench on it and spin it out. We'll see what happens. All right. Ready? Twisted it off. The next thing I'm going to try is something I have not tried before, but kind of desperate at this point. We're going to give anything a shot. So I ground kind of a flat spot in this big old bolt here. I'm going to try to weld that onto the bolt. Maybe we get a little bit more surface area on our weld. If we can just break it loose, I'll cut the rest of this thing off and we'll thread the bolt out, and everyone lives happily ever after. A lot of faith in this one, but this could just be the one that does it. I don't know. Yep. Look at that.
Oh my god. Oh my god, William. Oh my god. I'm so glad that was my idea. I'm
yeah,
so glad
right.
that was my idea.
Yeah, right.
Bro, that. Ah!
Oh, it worked.
See? All you gotta do is scream sometimes.
Ah!
Fixed it.
All right. Unscrew it in place so we can hang this whole deal on the wall.
And one day if we blow up, we'll give that away.
Yeah. We'll get it away right now.
Yeah, if anyone wants it, comment they want it.
Yeah, let us know. We'll mail it to you. But there we go. Let's engine swap a truck.
Yeah, for real. The plate really flexed on that one.
See where I nicked the crank with the grinder?
Yeah.
Want a mallet?
No. Just on there.
Nice.
Stick shift car. Stick shift.
Stick shift engine. Oh, we got to put the pilot bushing in too. So we got our pilot bushing installed, we got our flywheel on, and the clutch is going on right now. So this is officially now an engine for a stick shift vehicle. All right, we're gonna torque this down, get ready to throw it in. Ready?
I guess.
There we go. It's so tiny. We're just gonna tape this up here out of the way so that the engine and transmission can talk to each other a little more closely. All right, in.
Yep. Well, we're closer than I thought it would be.
Down a little bit. Looks like I'm high over here.
Looks like we're tilted this way. That's what the issue is, maybe.
Huh?
Are we tilted this way?
Well, I
Because
think
my side's low.
Your side's low?
Yeah.
It could be racked a little bit. Let me go down and then we'll tilt it back. Because it's a pretty wild angle right now.
We're on that shaft.
Are we?
Yeah.
Resting on it?
We're pulling the trans down.
Yeah.
So we're pivoting off the jack right now. I could lower the jack a little bit.
I might want to, just a hair, yeah. The trans could also be twisted a little bit.
Yeah.
In fact, it probably is twisted a little bit. No, the back of the motor still needs to come up.
Come up?
Yeah, now that I'm looking at it, just a little bit. Right there. Let's try to go in with it. Come on. Push. Oh.
Oh, I'm gonna push.
Yeah, push.
Okay. Clear the cab. We could drop the motor if we want to.
Yeah, go ahead and do that. The whole trans and motor needs to come back, but we can probably deal with that in a second. Give me a bell housing bolt. It's in. Holy shnikes. Yeah, this sucked. Give me a...
I got one started up here too.
All right, cool. Sick. All right, push the motor back. There we go, okay. Keep going. A little bit more. Come on, baby, sit down. A little more. A little bit more on this side. Come on, just a blonde one. All right, give me a bolt. There it goes.
Keep pushing.
Yeah.
Keep pushing.
I'm not pushing anymore.
It's done. They're in there. All right.
Ah,
Get out of there,
let
Will.
me out. I've been down here for 45 minutes.
We're a day late. Can you believe it? I can, 100%. It's time to put motor oil in this thing. All right, this looks like an ancient jug of oil, but it's just been leaking and collecting dirt. This is that Castrol GTX Classic with high zinc content, and it's not a full. How much is this? We're just using what we got here. We got about 2 quarts, so we'll have to go find another. How much does a small block take? 6? Something like that. 5? I don't know. We're gonna do a little bit of a mix here. It's fine. We want to make sure we have all the species of the dinosaurs in there for this little camshaft to break in properly. We're going with the Rotella T4 diesel oil for the rest of our fill up here. Get away from me, fly. This stuff's been sitting in the sun and it is quite a bit more viscous, not less viscous. I don't know. It's thinner, okay? Zinc, all the dinosaur flavors going in. The whole thing. Main power cable is going in. So we learned that there was no bolts going from the trans mount up to the transmission. And we're close to the line, but we're not quite there yet. So I'm going to try to muscle this thing into place. I don't know how this is gonna go. It might not go at all, but let's give her a shot. I might have done it. I don't know. Let's go get some bolts. All right, I got a bolt and I got a pry bar. Let's see if we can make this happen. No, that doesn't work. Oh, come on. Ah. Well, this is hard. This is really not very enjoyable. Maybe this side? It's even harder because there's shifter linkage there. That's unfortunate. Come on. I'm about to put a hose clamp around you or something. And just call it a day. No, I thought I had it. I didn't. Thought I was close. Flashlight. Oh, it's right there. I just suck. Over the head and grab the other ear. Come on. Thread in. I hope it's this size bolt. I don't know. Can't really tell. I think it is. If you feel sympathetic for me at all, hit that subscribe button, or a like, comment. Say I'm doing it all wrong. Do something. Tell me that you're here watching me. Did I get it started? I don't know. You must have commented. Oh, you definitely commented. Thank you. Subscribe and maybe it'll go all the way in. There's a murder on the dance floor. But you better not kill groove. Hey, hey. Oh, sorry. Just happy because the bolt's going in. It's really hard to get to, but it's going. Getting just a little bit at a time. Hopefully this bolt that Johnny bought isn't too long. If it is, then it's just gonna stay there and whatever. I think this bolt's too long. Keep forcing it. Well, maybe. I think I just broke through some oil and sludge and dirt and road grime. Whatever's been underneath this truck for the last, I don't know how old this is. 1974. 50? Is it 50? I think it's 50. Alright, check that out. That's one. Now, if I get the other one, cool. If I don't, I'm not worried about it. Don't tell tech inspection. Haha, I got it. Alright, now you can hit the subscribe button, because, you know, if you were here, you'd be impressed. I'm impressed with myself. I'm never impressed with myself. Normally it's just like embarrassment. Now it's time to replenish the gear oil that we so rudely puked out onto the ground out there. Makes nice noises when you do that. Well, this might not work with this engine. Yeah. There we go, just like that. You know, our clutch and flywheel are nice and protected. So big thanks to my buddy Matt. I found some gauges that he left laying around, and we now have oil pressure and coolant temp. So we'll be able to monitor this thing as we're running it, which is fantastic. So thank you, Matt. So I'm getting ready to drop the distributor in this thing. But before I do that, I want to prime the engine. What that means is I need to get oil all the way up to the top of the motor. I don't want to do that while I'm cranking it over or when it fires up. I want to have oil there already when I go to fire it, just so that everything has a chance of survival, especially that flat tappet cam that I've got in there. So I want to show you this nifty little tool that I made that I think everyone needs to have if they're doing engine builds or they're doing revivals, firing up an old car that hasn't ran in 5 years. Really good to have. This is for my Chevy small block or big block application, but this is an old points distributor that I've cut and ground and smoothed. There used to be teeth from a gear here that used to ride on the camshaft that would spin the distributor. I've ground those off because I want this thing to bypass the camshaft. However, I still have the oil pump drive there. So what I can do is I can drop this thing down in there. It sits in just like a factory distributor because it is a factory distributor. I can chuck the top into my drill, give this thing a spin, and hopefully watch the oil pressure gauge go up. That gets oil to the top of the motor just to ensure that everything has a fighting chance the first time we fire this thing off, because we're gonna have to bring this up to RPM immediately to get that camshaft broken in properly. So I'll throw you guys inside. You can watch the oil pressure gauge. I'm gonna drop this in, get it chucked in, and make some oil happen. All we gotta do is pull the trigger. So my favorite little feature of my oil pump tool here is I've marked a little line right on the tip. that line corresponds to the slot that's in the bottom of the distributor, which is where the oil pump drive is. So I know exactly where that slot is clocked. So what I can do is I can set the engine to top dead center on number 1, and then I can point the tip of this to about 11 o'clock, and that's right where the oil pump needs to be when the engine's at top dead center if it had a distributor in it. So we should be able to drop the distributor in first shot. Let's see if it works. There we go. Should be right there. I might have gone a little bit past number 1 there, but should do it. We should be on time. There she goes. Johnny got these rusty old headers painted up nice. We're gonna try to slide them down and scratch all that pretty paint on the way and hope that they work with the clutch linkage here. Looks like, ooh, what's our problem here? Do they not work with the oil filter? What am I hitting? I can't quite tell. It looks like I'm hitting the oil filter. That's a bit of an issue. It's been a couple days since we started this project, and the reason being is the headers that I had didn't fit. We fixed that, Summit Racing hooked it up, and 2-day shipped these things to our place. We got them painted with some barbecue paint right over the burnable paint, so I don't know how that's gonna work. But anyways, I already test fitted them, they fit, so we're gonna throw them in, get some exhaust put on this thing, and hopefully fire it up, break that cam in, and head down the road, finally. I'll try to do this without scratching these. Probably gonna end up scratching them. That'll work. Just gotta get them up and get one bolt in them. Bingo. Just scratch it. Not succeeding very well. Not too bad. Johnny picked out this color. I thought I was gonna hate it. I don't. It's not the worst thing in the world. So those are on. I'm gonna drop some gaskets in, get them bolted up, and then we can start figuring out the rest of the exhaust. All right, now that the headers are bolted on, sorry for being so bright here. Ooh. I'm gonna try to get this H-pipe on that Johnny's had laying around forever. And he's not doing anything with it, so I'm gonna steal it if it'll work. I'm not certain yet, but I've got collector gaskets on. I got a couple of bolts up in there, so, and let's just see if we can get just a couple of bolts in and started. Let's find out. I'll flip this thing over my head here. Yep, that works. Let's see. This is very hard to do. Oh, that's right. These are. Oh, all right. This is really hard to do. I'm gonna go get a ratchet strap. And by a ratchet strap, I meant baling twine, because we've got lots of that laying around, and I never seem to find a ratchet strap. Dusty. There we go. That gives us a hand in holding it. I didn't even realize it, but the Summit Racing header kit came with bolts and washers and even the header to the head bolts. So we'll use these fancy black ones because those look cool. get rid of these other guys. And there's 3, so that's one side. Now this other side I'm a little bit worried about. And I think that I might have to actually do some bashing on it. If I can even get enough out of it by bashing it. Pretty low here. Even when we go up, hitting on the cross member there. If I go up, does that get it? No, definitely not. Just doesn't like this stick shift. Cross member, I don't know if there's a difference between the stick and the automatic one. It just doesn't like cross member that's in there. So I might have to do some trickery with some angles or something to get that guy to dive up there correctly. I think we'll call it a night at that. I think we'll pick it back up tomorrow. I got a full-time job, so I have to be up early for work in the morning. But I think besides that little hurdle, this H-pipe's gonna work out pretty good. Clears the drive shaft. Looks like it'll clear the drive shaft pretty well. And then it humps back up there and we should be able to run right back and over the axle. So give it a shot. The exhaust didn't fit. So Ricky came all the way down from the land of Oregon. I hear James. James is here. Ricky came all the way down. I found some pipe that was bent up that I was using on something else that we're cutting up, and it's got a bunch of bends and stuff. So we're gonna piece it together, make it go up and over the cross member, and dip back down and grab our old H-pipe. That I'm not sure why we're not just redoing it from here, but we're just gonna work with what we got. See. Something's going on over here. I don't know what's happening here. Look at this guy right now.
What's going on, baby?
James brought the El Camino.
I did.
There's lots of stuff happening today.
Yeah. You parked it, staged it right too.
I know. He understood the assignment.
That's right.
You look ridiculous.
That's right, baby.
This guy here is my hero. Check this out. Ricky's eyeballing it, making sure we're centered. Check it out. Look what this man just did in like 20 minutes.
I could have did it in 18 and a half minutes. Oh, wow. That'll do it. That's way better. Damn. Are we still putting these here?
Check it out, James. Come on.
Gang, gang.
I brought it down.
Huh?
So I am looking at it.
Why?
Because of how much I paid for my El Camino exhaust and then repaid for my El Camino exhaust.
Oh yeah.
I just made a bunch of
And this is just as nice.
all this is just scrap. So it's like,
This gonna sound good.
man,
This gonna sound real good.
Time for mufflers now.
Yeah. Dude, we ain't high schoolers no more, dude.
No.
We were in our 20s now. We're putting mufflers on things.
Yeah. What do you think? Right about there?
you always just want to make sure this is above that.
Okay, yeah.
And then try and level the tip. You want it down just a hair so it doesn't pull.
Yeah.
Like about
Now
that.
that one, oh, we'll adjust that one to be
Yeah.
like this one. Yeah.
That looks about good.
Yeah, looks good.
I like how this is like in a very manageable area. You have so much room to actually come in and do it.
It's called
pre-planning. That's experience right there. Because Ricky Early would have left that to one to be done.
Good looking exhaust, Ricky. About 100 degrees in the barn, but the exhaust is done. Ricky did a killer job of it. Gave me the welder. It's about 200 degrees under that welding hood, but we're done. We're gonna drop it back down. I gotta find some spark plugs, put some plug wires on it, and then we're gonna fire this thing up finally. All right, spark plugs are all in. Ricky and James just put the hot and cold cable on the juice box there. And we're gonna tighten up the throttle cable bracket. And I think we're gonna be ready to fire this thing up finally. We're gonna give this a shot. We have not tried anything yet, so here goes nothing.
Fuel leak out of the fuel pump.
Really?
Yep.
Well, our fuel pump had a little leak, so we're fixing that. I didn't hear any sparking happening yet. I don't know if we were, yeah, we're getting fuel. So I'm gonna check this hot wire on the distributor and see if it's making contact with anything. And then we'll try it again. I think that's good. Hey, 90 pounds of oil pressure. That's all right.
It's all right. It's all right.
You hear any noises? What is it?
It's like some type of rattle or something.
Huh? Oh, is that it? I'm not reading oil pressure.
That did not sound good. I don't know what that sound was.
I'm not reading oil pressure now.
All right. Well, now we got smoke coming out now.
That's the dipstick.
I couldn't hear how bad it was. Was it bad?
Yeah, I was gonna say.
All right. So we're gonna pull the distributor, and I'm gonna put that oil pump priming tool back down on there. Maybe there's a problem with this distributor and something happened. I don't know. But we're gonna get it pulled, try to see if we can build oil pressure with a drill without spinning the engine, and go from there.
The alternator is flaming hot, which is probably a bad sign that it's bad, or a sign that it's bad. And this is also really loose.
We got oil pressure.
Well, that's worst case scenario. That could wipe out a new cam quick. I don't know. I need to get that thing back at top dead center now. Ugh. Irritating. They're going up or down?
Keep going. Right there. Go
That's it?
just a hair more. Yep, that's it.
Okay. All right.
When you push that.
Stop doing that. I need a hose clamp.
Okay.
All right, we're gonna drop the distributor back down.
We're at top dead center, and I did that trick again where I spin that oil pump to about 11 o'clock. Should drop right in, theoretically. Works 80% of the time.
What does everybody say? If it was easy, everybody'd do it.
Everyone does do this.
Oh, yeah, that's right. And why are we having such a hard time? Oh, yeah.
Because we suck.
Yeah, all right, we got both. Try her again. Ready? Got plenty of oil pressure now. At 140 degrees, so we're doing all right. We got 80 pounds of oil pressure, so I'm gonna keep an eye on it and see if it falls off. It might be a problem with this pump, I don't know. Up and down. Way better. More so good. We got about 15, 20 minutes of this. We're gonna cut now. If anything happens, we'll be the first to know. Success! Cam's broke in. It's running good. I'm gonna turn that idle down a little bit. Take Rose fan shroud off here.
That's OEM BMW right there.
It's bored over. That was Johnny's joke.
Let's hear Will's reaction.
It's so quiet. I love it. Wow, I'm getting old. Cool. All right, well that worked. I want to see the oil now that we spilled it. Everyone keeps talking about. Oh, that ain't even that bad.
When it was running, it was squirting.
This cam's kind of lamer than I thought it was going to be. I tuned the idle down just a little bit, and now it sounds like we have a cam in the thing, which is great.
The official first test drive with the V8.
There we go.
How's that clutch feel?
Just like it did. There's a chance we might run out of gas. Oh yeah. Game changer, dude.
A little different or what?
Just a little bit.
Just a little different. Funny what a couple cylinders will do.
Does that now.
Yeah, this will be fun.
Oh yeah. Now this is a fun truck, dude. I think we're gonna go get biscuits and gravy.
Yeah.
Like whenever we want. This feels really reliable.
Damn, bro, you ain't able to pick up speeds where you have to brake like that.
Never.
Wow.
Third is just useless at lower speeds. We're idling at 40 pounds and I'm cool with that. We're at 180 degrees. This is flawless. It's quiet. We can talk to each other. This thing's great.
I do want to admit, it's not lost on us that the swap that we did was to take a truck you don't often see with a straight six and then change it to what everybody already has.
Right.
But this truck for us, because it's been around for like 11 or 12 years now, has always been a straight six. So we've always wanted this truck to have some more get up and go. And it sure is get up and going.
It's going, yeah. Funny story about this truck is if it wasn't for this truck, Johnny and I would have never met. This was the reason we met, and that's a long story, but this truck...
Just know that we only met because of this truck.
Yep. About 11 years ago now.
Yeah.
There's fuel line over there. Can you go get it? Thanks.
I freaking guess.
Thanks.
freaking hot, dude.
That's
All the carpet and stuff. Look at this. No hand ladder, don't look up.
It's
But down
painted.
here, bro, it keeps us nice and cool.
No, it doesn't. It's hot.
Shut up, bro. It makes me cool.
Should we go down and do a flyby?
If you want to.
Yeah, I do want to. Yeah, something's up with this suspension because now it's pulling to the left. It's done that to me before. Something moves. I think it's probably like control arm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it like
Bounces around and.
they don't have like cams for adjustment, do they?
No, they got shims.
Yeah, I wonder what's adjust.
Yeah, it's pulling hard left right now. Way hard left. Yeah, we're definitely gonna have to adjust that. It did that to me before, and then I hit a bump the right way, and it went back straight.
Oh, yeah, I'll figure that out. It could be like bushing so friggin' hollered out. It's now friggin'
it's just
a
jumping
slot
around.
rather than a hole. It's wild being in here, but not hearing the tick of the straight six. Yeah, I think it's time to go home and get ready to get biscuits and gravy. Obviously, days have passed. We didn't make our original time.
Original deadline at all.
But we still want to get biscuits and gravy, and we're gonna go. Let's get all cleaned up, dustied up, ready to go to town.
I'm down. I'm hungry. Hey, pull that mirror in a little bit, would you? A little bit more. Make sure your door's shut all the way, though. Probably not.
Out.
Can you roll it up?
Does the mirror itself, or is it the whole unit?
Yeah, it'll roll. If you can't, just pull it in. You rolled it up, but it's too far now. Sure.
Okay.
Step aside. Here I come. The clunk seems to be getting worse.
It does, doesn't it?
Yeah. Can't handle all of the horsepower
Yeah.
that we're making. Here it comes. Ready? No, that was wrong. It'll come on this one, though. Here comes the clunk. No,
It's embarrassing you.
I don't know. There it is. Oh, there's it again. It's definitely pulling to the left. I wonder if I can, like, make it stop that.
Didn't fix it.
No, it kind of did a little bit. Yeah, it's better.
Oh well, there you go.
Yeah, we don't have to fix anything.
Oh my god. It's like the clunk never comes back again.
It's probably not going to. I probably just jammed it. It's good now. No, it clunked.
I felt it in my toes.
Yeah. I downshifted on purpose.
I was gonna say, did you downshift it on purpose, or
Yeah.
did you forget it was a
No.
3-speed?
No, I downshifted on purpose. Well, this truck is checking off a lot of bucket list items for me personally. I've had a lot of square bodies, I've had a lot of trucks, but I've always wanted a 2-wheel drive, short bed, step side, square body. And I've kind of always wanted this particular truck. So this one is real special to me because I finally got one of the ones that I really want, and it's even better because me and my friends built it.
I'm pretty stoked about it too because I keep wanting yet another vehicle that Will has that I could borrow and break down in.
Well, you know what they say, if you want to make friends, buy a truck. If you want to make more friends, buy a trailer.
We made it to Biscuits and Gravy. It is Sunday technically, but maybe a week off by Sunday.
We're a little late, but look. She runs, she drives, she stops. She still needs a little bit of love, but it is so much better than it was before.
She does more than run. She also does this. it's time to eat. We got Ro here. We're gonna go in, stuff our faces, take that jalopy home and work on the 55.
This guy's heading back to Oregon. We appreciate his help so much.
Yeah, thank you, Ro.
Anytime.
Thank you.